All right, we are now live streaming on Facebook. God, that was a whole production.
It was in itself, like
right, in itself, like
right.
Get it together. All right. Good evening. Is it evening? Afternoon. Good evening.
Early evening.
Afternoon. It's 5:10. What are we calling that? Evening? It's not
we call evening.
All right. So good evening. For many of you who know me, don't know me, my name is Tanisha Tanita Bestseller Johnson. I am a 15-time published author. I am a publisher. I am an editor for the next 4 months. We'll talk about that later. I am a book coach. Don't cry. It's okay. No tears.
Okay.
I know.
All right.
Listen, the Saints is mad. All right, mad.
I know. I want to.
Yeah. So one of the things I've been wanting to do is take this time to, number one, just say thank you to some past attendees of the Red Ink Conference. Many of you know we are 6 years in. Next year will be our 7th year, and I am excited to see what God does after that, because we know what 7 means. So I already have a little bit of a forecast, but I'll share that in 2021. So today, the person who is joining me is none other than Kayvonna Stigall. And Kayvonna has been my client since, the first book, I can't remember, 2013, maybe?
I think 2014.
2014, okay. So Kayvonna, welcome. We're just gonna kick it a bit, and I want to know about your Red Ink experience, but tell the people who you are, tell them what you published, what you're working on now.
Okay. First of all, I'm just so happy for this opportunity. I just love Tanisha. She is just an awesome, real, transparent person, and it's just a pleasure doing any project with her that I can do. So my name is Kayvonna Stigall. I am the CEO and founder of Rise Above the Clouds, and I Ink, which is a poetry and I spoken word initiative. We go out in the community, and we're just trying to, let people know about creative arts. Like, we are still alive and we are still here, and we cannot be silent. Yes. I am a 3-time published author.
Woo, woo.
I know, I can't even, when I say it, I'm like, am I talking about something? Like, okay, Lord, do it, Jesus.
3 times, like, you gotta say, what is it, thrice? Thrice? Yeah.
Thrice.
You got those thrice, yeah.
So my first 2 books are collections of poetry. So poetry is my thing. That's what I love to do. Okay. And so both of those works, Tanisha was my editor. That's how I met her. And then I was like, oh, she's not just an editor. She does 9 million things. Okay.
I'm trying not to do 9 million things.
9 million. 9 million.
9 million.
My latest book, so my first one was Rise Above the Clouds, first poetry book. The second one was 40 Days and 40 Nights, From Brokenness to Restoration. Woo, we ain't even gonna talk about that. But and then the third one I just finished was a children's book called the 4 Falling Seasons. And then currently I'm working on, which I got to get to Tanisha real quick, obviously, because she's moving, and who wouldn't expect her to be. But I'm working on a short story project and also another collection of poetry, as well as another children's book. So I have a few things. It's kind of her fault because she harasses you on Facebook. Like,
I was in my
fault. Like, I don't know. But every time I turn around, talking to me, let me scroll. But I appreciate it because it keeps me motivated and keeps me moving, because this is what God has called me to do. So I need to birth these babies.
So tell me, the children's book, is it out or is still being worked on? Where are you with that?
The second children's book?
No, the current one, the first one.
The current, it's right here.
Oh, you have it.
I have it. Oh,
okay, so that's done. So you're three are published, right?
3 are published.
Yes. Okay, got
3
it.
Are published. Okay. Yeah. So
all right. So let's jump right in. When you first came to the Red Ink Conference, were you already published or you didn't have anything published?
When I came to the Red Ink Conference, I had my first book published.
Okay, and what year was that?
The year that I came to the Red Ink Conference? Oh, was that 2018? It was in Detroit.
The big one.
Yeah.
Yeah. The last time it was in Detroit was.
Yes. I mean, that conference, I mean.
We had a ball.
We had a ball. That thing, I mean, everything from that conference like resonated on my life. For weeks after the conference, I was still just pulling nuggets. Like it was I got so much. I was just like, Lord, I had to like write out a whole plan just from that conference because I got so much information that was so helpful, but it expanded over all of my areas of writing and strategizing that I'm still pulling, even though I went to the Chicago one, I'm still pulling from the one from Detroit as well.
Now wait, because we got to go back to the one from Detroit. Because you, my friend, did something a little bit awkward that did not involve writing. That was a dance-off with Miss Brandy Martin. And I think we have pictures that I shall not share on Facebook. But
yeah, I was like, my pastor, her friend on Facebook? Yeah. I said, wow.
Tell the people what. Yeah, tell the people what other, okay, besides all the great information, the speakers, like what was your experience? Like what made the Red Ink different in Detroit? Because it was hot.
The Red Ink in Detroit, I mean, I just really feel like it was just such an experience that it didn't matter where you are in writing or just as a creative, you got something out of it. And it was more than just getting out of something to write a book. It helped me become a more confident speaker or more confident writer or more confident person to just reach out to other writers. It was like being in a community where I felt like I could relax with all these writers. They were, when they were talking and saying things, I was like, oh, I thought it was just me, or I thought it was just me feeling this way. But it was like a community, and it was just like one of the best experiences I've had. It really opened me up to just seeing how many of us are really out here doing this, working on this. It was a big support being exposed to all these other writers from all over. I mean, they weren't just from Detroit, there were people from all over the United States. I mean, just at my table alone. And it was such a blessing just to have this group, like, I belong here. Like, look at all these people I'm meeting, all these different faces. And I mean, it was awesome.
Now you got to tell the people, because in Detroit, that was the first time. And unfortunately, it's been the last time because I haven't been able to duplicate it on the road. But that was the first time we had a photo booth. We had a full-fledged photo booth with props.
Yes.
We had on-site headshots, the photo shoots for the VIPs.
Mm-hmm.
The dance-off. Tell the people, if you remember, why you had to get up and dance with Brandy Martin in front of 100 people.
I was trying to win something. I mean,
what were you trying to win, Kayvonna, though?
I was trying to win a bag. I don't know. But all I know is being around all these other writers, and it just inspired me to do things I didn't think I would do in public.
Yeah.
And it was so much from the photo booth. I mean, I just felt, when I came in, I felt like a superstar. Like when I came in and got my badge on, and when I came to do that photo shoot, people still, when they see those pictures of me, they was like, we can't even believe you was posing like that. You was all, like, we can't even believe it. I was like, I was amongst my people. And when I mean my people, I mean other writers. I'm not talking about a color. I'm talking about other like-minded people.
Yeah.
And I just felt so relaxed because a lot of people that know me, I'm outgoing, but I'm like an intro extrovert kind of person.
Okay.
For me to have gone to that conference by myself, sometimes I pay people to go to conferences with me.
What? You paying the people to take me with you?
Like,
I'll go.
Come, I'll pay your way. But I was like, this was all for me. I was like, it was amazing from the beginning, from the vendors that were there. Just everything was just top notch. Like I have never been to a conference like that ever.
And then you and Patrice met me in Chicago the following.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
We had a ball in Chicago.
Yeah.
I was like, because sometimes when you go to a conference, you're like, okay, I went to that conference already this year. Like, why am I going to go again? Why would I do
every city, would you tell the people every city has had a different experience?
A different experience. Every city. And I'm telling you, I got so much out of that one, different from the Detroit one.
Yes.
And I was at a different place in my writing too. I was like, this is just awesome. I didn't write children's book the first time I came to Red Ink. This time I was working on a children's book. I got more information on that.
Wow.
It was just, and then the conference was not the same. I was like, she just gonna put a whole spin. Like,
Totally
she's not
different.
just gonna take the script from last year, just kind of,
No.
no, you put a whole spin. I was like, this
Yes.
I was like, I was going every year because I already know this year on virtual for Detroit, I already know I'm coming with a clear slate. I got to I'm still working from my stuff from first time from Detroit. I have all those, my information from Chicago. Now I'm getting ready to get some more. I can't wait. I'm ready.
Yeah. Now tell the people about, how would you say the Red Ink affected your book project? And I asked you that because when you came in the door, you already had one book published, but now you have 3 published since you started coming, but you've only been coming since 2018. You've only been coming 2 years.
Yeah.
So how did it affect your projects, like where you are now?
So one way that it affected my project is because the information and the resources that were given were not just given like, here's the information. The speakers that you chose, they weren't just speakers. They were very transparent, like about their life. They were just like real people and just pouring out so much, like, oh, they could have done a whole workshop on this and we could have paid a whole nother price. But they were giving out, I'm looking around like, they giving us all this for this, for what?
Yes.
And I'm just like soaking it in. And it's because of that, I'm able to take the formulas and information, and now I can produce books and information faster, but of quality and be effective, because not only is the information they're sharing is about writing books and things like that, but there's also marketing strategies that they're sharing as well.
Yes, correct.
They all offer ways for you to follow up with them. Like, people need to take advantage of that. They're saying like, follow up with me, you can get this consultation, or they're offering things at a discounted price. Like these nuggets, you're investing. If you're going to invest, if you really want this to be longevity for you in writing, you're going to have to invest. But and then even with your follow-up throughout the year, you're following up with us, you're putting things on Facebook, sending the emails, just reminding people of all the information you had given them. Like, who's going to do that? Who's going to take the time out, if they're not passionate, to remind you of the information that you already paid for? Like, you should be writing yourself. Like, no, you should remind you. I was like, oh, I forgot that was there. Let me pull that out.
Yeah. I'm like, hey, you paid for this. Knock, knock. You should probably use it. Yeah, you paid for it already. Thank you for your money, but you should probably use it. Yeah.
Bye-bye. It's like, no, you are following up because it's who you are. It's your passion, and you're married to the mission of helping entrepreneurs and writers. So it's just like who you are. When you wake up, I mean, I know you like, you just wake up. I'm just like, what is she doing? Talking about this.
My mind is, if you could be a fly on the wall in my mind, you would be like, what is going on? Like, Jesus.
I'm just like, and that's what it is. It's because it's not just it's an experience, and it's not a destination. It's a journey. You keep evolving, and
it is.
I mean, it's really.
And I'm glad you said it's an experience, because for a long time I was struggling with the Red Ink Conference, and people would tell me, you can no longer call this a conference because it's not. The word conference does not encompass everything that goes on. Like, we straight up had a photo booth, we had professional headshots, we had makeup artists. This is a writers conference. Mm-hmm. We got people hula hooping, we got people doing the Dougie, doing the nay. We had people. Listen, Danny Boy was telling jokes. Like, it was a whole comedian showcase. I think he had people singing. Jesus is on the main line telling what you want. Like, then revival broke out in Detroit.
Okay.
Revival broke out, and I will never forget. Somebody got their rent money at the Red Ink Conference.
Yes, they did. I said, God, you didn't. God came, he showed, the Holy Spirit came in and showed out. I said, now this, my whole life happened here. Like,
Listen,
Angie was gonna show up.
listen.
Oh, man.
He hijacked the whole conference. Like, excuse me, let me interrupt this regularly scheduled program to get this lady her rent money real quick.
I said, okay, Lord,
Yeah,
have your way.
yeah. I skipped, y'all don't know, I skipped my whole session. That hour when we were doing the worship and the revival and we had to sow into that young lady, I was supposed to be teaching. I missed my whole session during that time because I was somewhere on the floor. I don't even remember where I was. I think I was just sitting at the table and all like.
I was trying to explain it to someone. And I was just like, you know what? You really have to be there. Like, you really.
Where does revival break out at a writers' conference?
Nowhere. That's never happened in my life.
Yeah, yeah. Like, oh, I know we're not at church, but excuse me while I shout. Yeah. No.
Right. Yeah,
so wrapping it up, Kayvonna, I don't want to hold you long. I thank you for coming on with me. If somebody's on the fence, number one, this is the first year that we've done it virtually. A lot of people don't know, but something that we are also doing this year is whether you can attend virtually or not, you'll have access to the replays. And so that's something people have asked me for the last 6 years, and we haven't been able to provide it, but this year we are. So even if people register and you miss a session or you gotta go pick up your kids from wherever, you can still get the replays. What would you say to somebody who's on the fence? They like, I think I'm supposed to write a book. I don't really know, like, what makes this conference different from others. Like,
I would definitely tell them that this conference, like we talked about, it's not a conference, it's an experience.
Mm-hmm.
You hear about people being in different stages of writing. And when I say stages of writing, I even think about the stage, maybe it's still in your head. You haven't put anything on paper yet.
Mm-hmm.
This conference will help you pull that out. It will help you to begin your writing. You can be a beginner writer. I'm a 3-time published author. I'm going because I know I'm going to benefit from it long after I paid the money and have this virtual. It's going to affect my writing and give me strategies and resources that I can use way beyond the year that I go in this conference. Yeah. And I know, people are like, okay, well, we're doing it virtual. Let me tell you, the information that you're going to get, it don't matter what platform it's going to be on. We're writers. You're going to benefit from this virtual experience because it's going to go beyond the day of the conference. You are going to be able to pull this information whenever you need it. And now you got the replay.
Yeah.
You are going to benefit and you're going to meet a whole plethora of writers. You're going to get to see everybody now. We're going to be on the Zoom. You can click
across the nation. Yeah, across the nation. So here's the thing. So here's the thing, Kayvonna. We're using this cool platform called Hey Summit. So it won't be like Zoom. You won't be able to see everybody, but we will be able to engage with everybody in the chat. So we got real creative with the engagement. So people,
Okay, so I mean, even with that, you engaging in the chat, you're able to communicate.
Right.
That's gonna be awesome. I'm excited. I've been just encouraging everybody to register. Come out. Yeah. You're gonna benefit whether you're a first-time writer, third-time, fifth. I don't care if you've written 15 books. You are going to benefit from this because you're gonna make connections. I mean, we know it's all about networking, and we're all still here on Earth. That means we're all still learning, and we can all find something to help better ourselves.
Yeah, we're all still learning. We're all still growing. So before we sign off, I want you to tell people where they can get your books, where they can support your book projects.
Okay. Well, you can. So I have a website. It's www.riseaboveclouds.com. All of my books are there. You can reach out to me on Facebook at Rise Above Clouds and IG Rise Above Clouds. So come on, check me out.
I like that. Rise above clouds, not rise above the clouds, but rise above clouds.
Yeah, we took the out. It was just too many words.
I get it. Hey, listen, keep it simple.
You tell us about the titles.
Keep it simple. Keep it simple. So listen, for those who are tuning in, you can find out more about the Red Ink Virtual Experience. I'll be there, none other than me. Y'all get to watch me host it, MC, interview a few good Black men about why they write and what they write.
That lineup is
Yeah.
lit. I cannot wait. I know all of them too, pretty much. I'm like, oh, I know
you know all of them. Yeah.
You done been in my church. You got Anton on it. Oh man, I cannot wait. Ooh, I cannot wait to hear from the brothers. I can't. I'm excited.
And I'm excited about when we can take that piece alone back face to face, because I think in person that's gonna be on a whole nother level with a panel of Black men who write, and they all write different stuff. That's why I wanted the mix that I have. Yeah,
I have several. I got all Eddie books.
Yeah. So you want to know more about the virtual Red Ink experience? You can register at virtual.TheRedInkConference.com or just TheRedInkConference.com. You can also find the event on Eventbrite. It is September 11th and 12th. It is 2 half days, something new we also did, Kayvonna. We moved it to 2 half days. People said they didn't want to sit for 8 hours. So it's 2 half days. We will cover more of the writing and storyline piece on Friday, and then Saturday we talk about like the publishing, marketing, business side of the writing piece. So you don't want to miss it. Of course, you can always catch the replays if you cannot be on with us live on that Friday. I know some people work. I know some people are working from home. Either way, you will have access to the replays for 30 days, if not longer. We're still deciding on that. But everybody will have access to the replays. Now, here's the thing, Kayvonna. We got speakers this year all the way from Costa Rica. Dawn James is in Costa Rica. She's going to join us. We got Solandia Hammond all the way in Kingstree, South Carolina. Girl has been on Steve Harvey not once, twice. Yeah, she's bad.
I'm ready.
We got some overall great people. Tammy Turner, Val, you know Val. Val has been there with me since the beginning. So I think it's going to be a really good experience, and people are going to be joining us from wherever they are. But I just know that God's going to do something amazing. So thank you so much for joining me on this, Kayvonna. Any last words for people who may be writing a book? Any last words of advice? Because you're a 3-time published author. So.
Well, I just thank you for having me. I just love you and love everything you stand for and the mission.
You too.
You my shero. You know, I'm gonna stalk you all your life. So just you. I just encourage you, if you're writing, you've been thinking about writing, I encourage you to go ahead and get it done. Connect with some people, the right people. Come to this conference. How about that? That'll be your first step. And to introduce you into the work, because you're gonna find someone like you. You're like, oh, I thought I was the only one struggling with this. Oh, I thought I was the only one. You're gonna hear from the baby steps to the seniors in this. So I just say encourage and keep writing. That's number one.
That's it.
Keep writing. Keep writing. That's it.
Y'all heard it here first. I didn't say it. Kayvonna said it. Let's go. Get busy. All right. Thank you so much, Kayvonna. I will talk to you soon. I will see the rest of y'all at the Red Ink Virtual Experience online. Y'all have an amazing evening.
All right. Bye, everybody.
Bye-bye.